for instant, before I start speaking of certain things. We are familiar with the show Avengers, correct? Everybody understand that? I know you understand. The Avengers. Think about this. The main character in the Avengers was Thanos. He didn't like how things was going in the world, so he decided he wanted to change it and make it his way. Well, guess what? We got people in this world don't like God, so they want to change it. Even at that time, he brought his own army down to earth to change earth, to really destroy it, make it his way. Well, guess what? If worldly people can get together like the Avengers did, what they did, they're assembling themselves. And when they're assembling all the heroes of the earth to fight Thanos' army, God is doing the same thing for us. He's telling us it's time for us Christians to assemble ourselves. We got to get together on this thing. So as we get together on this thing, trust me, the warnings are there. Yeah, the warnings are there. Just like in the old days. God always warned his people when a situation is about to happen. We all thought about COVID. Think about this. I never wore a mask in my life till 2020. And when 2020 came, all of us was wearing masks. All of us was getting scared. All of us should have been in church, but some of us was in church, left church. And you think God wasn't happy about that? The enemy was sitting over there just high-fiving his boys like, oh, man, we got them now. Now they can't assemble themselves in church. And then when this thing goes away, we're going to see how many come back to church. A lot of them didn't. I'm just telling you, a lot of them didn't. So I'm telling you, war is coming to the point where the warnings are there before the destruction. It's better for us to see the destruction that's coming than not to see it. Because of the wrong decisions that we're about to make as Christians, we better make sure the decision is great, or make sure the decision is not eternally. Because if you make the wrong decision now, it can cost you your salvation. I'm just telling you right there. It can cost you salvation. So God is always sent out warning to his people. He did it with Lot. We all understand, we all know the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. He did it with Lot. He told Lot, the angels told Lot what was coming. But yet Lot wanted to be part of the world, but God was trying to tell you, I need you to come out of this world. Because if you don't come out of this world, there's destruction is coming. So children of God, we got to see the sign. The signs are here. I'm telling you, the signs are here. Another, he did it with Noah. Yeah, he told Noah what's going to happen, but the people didn't believe it. They didn't believe it. They thought Noah was crazy. This man sitting over there over, I guess how many years he built that ark? 20? 120. I was close. I was going to say 100 something. 120 years building an ark. And the people of the world didn't believe what Noah was trying to tell them. But I tell you what, when that water can't start to come and start to rise, they was trying to scratch themselves into that ark then. Another signs of God giving warning to his people. I'll let them sit down. He told Moses what's going to happen. Yet the people of God murmur, complain, didn't understand, didn't care, because after Moses told them that God was going to lead his people out of Egypt, after coming out of Egypt and going to the mountain where Moses received the 10 Commandments, they still were selfish. God's people still were selfish. But I like what Moses said and Moses did. I'm going to tell you this. The best movie to me in my life is the 10 Commandments. It covers every commandment that God put forth. It told you that God didn't play back then. Not saying he don't play now, but God didn't play back then. When God said something is going to happen, it happened. But the people still didn't believe what Moses was trying to tell them. But when he came down off that mountain with them 10 commandments on that tablet, I love what he said. Other than what he saw, he said, those that's on the Lord's side, come to me. Some came and some stayed. And then he told them, if y'all not going to live by the law, then die by the law. Didn't play. God didn't play. Another warning. It's hard when the world looks at evil and evil becomes entertainment. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? When the world looks at evil and evil becomes entertainment, sins become a policy. A policy. If God is not in this, there is no place on earth that proceeds what's to come. If God not in it, there's no place for the earth. There's no place on earth that precedes what to come. What decision that you make now can be a costly decision, because either you're going to serve one master or you're going to hate the other. God is trying to tell his people, whose side are you on? And are you willing to listen to the sign? Are you willing to see the sign? Because the world's making decisions on some of our life. The world's making decisions. But when the world make a decision, did they make that decision based on pride or prayer? Think about it. When the world make a decision for us, did they make that decision based on pride or prayer? In this situation, there's division among one another. I'm talking about the Christians now. I ain't talking about the world. They already divided. There's division among one another. Instead of division, we should be unifying. There's pride instead of prayer, and God sees everything that we see. Trust me, he sees everything we see. How we don't know that the decision was made without prayer, but made by pride. And when a man walks with arrogance, I'm just talking about any man. When a man walks with arrogance, he believes that he's untouchable. Oh yeah, he believes he's untouchable. For the fall is bound to come. Lot walked arrogant one time until God touched him and told him what was going to do, or what's going to happen. The world see evil now, but they excuse it. They don't reject it. They see evil as an excuse, but don't reject this. We don't have to depend on most of our leaders to stay focused on what's to come. Because most of the leaders today should be making a decision for us, not making to refine decision for us, but not unreset things. It's like we're falling back to things of the world, but not things of God. I like this. The license plate say, "In God we trust." The money on the back say, "In God we trust." Right later, who are we trusting? Serious, who are we trusting? I like this movie here. Another analogy I want to share with you. We are familiar with Rambo, right? We're familiar with the movie Rambo, Sylvester Stallone. When he came back from war, his commander asked him something. And he looked at Rambo. He said, "Rambo, how you going to live?" He said, "Day by day." And he looked at Rambo. He said, "Well, what do you want?" He said, "I want what they want. I want what they want. I want what you want." He said, "What is that?" "I want my country to love me as much as I love my country." Well, guess what? Guess who else is saying that? Anybody? Who else is saying that? That's right. God is saying the same thing to his people. He's telling his people, "I want my people to love me as much as I love you." Think about that. Yeah, think about that. God is still trying to tell us the signs are coming. And whatever things that is hindering you in your walk with God, you need to lay it down. You need to lay it down so the Holy Spirit can take over. We all have a spiritual account, Y'all understand what I mean by that? Not this kind of count, a spiritual count. Every time we do something great in the eyes of God, God checks that off in heaven. Yeah, he checks that off in heaven. Let's not get to the point where our spiritual count is in a negative than a positive. Yes, let's not do that. Don't be the one that is caught under the rock where the weight of the world is hard to move. The time is now. The time is now. The signs are here. Christian brothers and sisters, God sent out the warnings way back then, and the warnings are now. Another analogy. Let's not be the Christians. Let's not be them Christians that was yesterday, today. Y'all get what I'm saying? Let's not be them Christians of yesterday, today. So the Christians of yesterday, when they had an opportunity to do something, I'm not going to use a certain word, but when they had an opportunity to do something, they didn't do it right. Instead of them making a decision on a man, they took Barabbas, not Christ. They took Barabbas. That's the old Christian of yesterday. That's the old Christian as the day, as yesterday or today. We don't want to be that. We want to make sure that when we have an opportunity to make a decision, that is Christ. Because the same Christians that were hollering Hosanna was the same Christians that hollered crucified. And they're walking on the earth right now. Them same Christians that claim they love the Lord, I don't believe they love the Lord. Because if you love the Lord, some things we're not going to put up with, some things we're not going to accept, and some things we just going to say, that's not of God. So let's not be the Christians of yesterday. Let's be the Christian of today. And in my closing, I hope I didn't have y'all all over the place. But in my closing, when we assemble ourselves, we don't have to wait for a move of God. Everyone in this church is a move of God. Everyone. When we come together, there's mountains can move. When we come together, sickness can leave. When we come together, the lame can walk. Jesus said, we shall do greater things than I. I believe in this. I had a pastor friend told me this. Share this story with you. In a meeting, one of the members fell dead. Fell dead in a meeting. And the brothers got together. The brothers. Children of God. I ain't talking about this kind of brother. The brothers got together and started praying for that person. And would you believe this? They took pulse. They checked the body. It was cold. But they kept praying and praying and praying, and that body started to get warm. I'm telling you, that body started to get warm. When we are assembling together and pray together, we can do things that Peter did. We can do things that Jesus did. We can do things that the old did. Don't fall short of your gift. Somebody in here got the gift of healing, whether you know it or not. Somebody in this church should have the gift of healing. I'm dealing with a root canal right now, right up in my front of my mouth. They saw signs of infection, okay? Well, guess what? I ain't worrying about that. Because if God's got you, what you worrying about? I am worrying about them talking about pulling my front tooth, because I ain't coming in here if y'all see my front tooth missing, because there ain't going to be no smiling on that day. But I'm going to keep praying on this thing. I got to go back to the doctor October. I'm going to keep praying on this thing that God remove it. Because you know what? I walk by faith, not by sight. These are the Christians that we got to be today. We got to trust in the Lord. We got to believe everything that he said he would do, he would do. One thing I love about God, he can't go back on his word. He can't lie. He can't go back on his word. That man right back there is a living testimony. Yes, you. A living testimony. And I'm sure there's somebody in here tonight that God done something wonderful for you. I can share this with you. I was young, and I had a sickness going on. I didn't even tell my mom and dad, but I knew what it was. I knew what it was. But one night I decided, I said, all right, Lord, if you can raise the dead, if you could give sight to the blind, and you could tell the lame to walk, and if you could tell the water to be still, and if you could tell the mountain to move, surely you can heal my body. The next day, it was gone. It was gone. It was gone. Because I believed in him. I trust in him. I said, Lord, you said these things that if I ask of these things, asking in your name. Now I'm asking in your name because your name is power. Your name is above all names. So whatever addiction you have, whatever affliction you have, whatever side effects you have, whatever illness you have, if you pray about that thing, brother, God will take care of it. I'm telling you right now. But when we all pray about it, it can be removed. It could be just like it is never there. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a walking testimony. I couldn't believe it. And I said, Lord, if you did that for me, evidently you got something for me to do. He got something for me to do. I didn't know what my calling was. People would come up to me and say, Trip, you can sing. Yes, I used to sing in the choir in New Bern and Mount Calvary Missionary Baptist Church, but I was way in the back. Nobody heard me. I was way in the back. But I knew I can sing, and I knew God has given me this talent until this man called me one day and said, I need you to come to my church. And then they gave me a little American Idol. Yes, the choir brought me in there and kind of gave me a little American Idol. Sure, I want you to sing this. I said, are y'all really serious? Yeah, sing this. You don't remember that, Daniel? Well, good. Good, you don't remember. Amy, Connie took me in that room, said, we need you to sing a couple hymns. And when I sung it, they said, okay, we knew you was coming. How you knew I was coming? That's right. My spirit should connect to your spirit. I should know who you are before you open your mouth. That's why a good friend told me something. Said, Trip, I don't need my name in lights. And you know what that means? He don't need his name up high on the stencil saying he's coming or he's speaking tonight. God already done said that. So a lot of times, us Christians, it's okay to be quiet and let God work through us. And that's where I got my humbleness. You know, sometimes I'm all quiet. When the fellas are hitting all up on each other on that chat, I don't say much till it's time for me to say something. But I love who God created me. I love that I decided to follow Jesus. I love that I don't want to be one of them lukewarm Christians. I love that one day God He's going to put a crown on my head and your head for all the things that we have done for him. I love that. But it is time right now. The day is now for us to stop playing. I'm serious. Stop playing. I had to go and fall on my knees in my house and say, Lord, whatever I'm doing is not of you. Take it away. Take it away. Take it away. Because this thing is serious. When you die now, you better make sure that you are situated with a relationship with God. Because y'all think it's hot. Hell's got to be 10 times hotter. Constantly burning every minute, second of the day. So I'm going to leave a little joke with y'all tonight. Because y'all look tense right now. So I'm going to make you laugh. Some of you might have heard it and some of you might not. There was a story with three ministers. They decided to go fishing. And when they went fishing, they went way offshore fishing. Okay, way offshore. And when they got out there, they wasn't catching much. And then they decided to spill the beans, what we call, or confess. The first pastor said, I want to confess something to you two, minister. I've been sinning. I've been lusting a woman in church. Do y'all forgive me? And the two preachers said, yeah, we forgive you. And the second preacher said this, I want y'all to forgive me because I've been taking money out of the church. And will y'all forgive me? And the other two ministers said, yes, we'll forgive you. But they noticed the third pastor didn't say nothing. He said, can y'all crank the boat? And they like, crank the boat? He said, yeah, it's time to go in. And they said, time to go in? No, it's not. Ain't you got something you want to confess? He said, I sure do. I can't wait to get to shore to tell everybody about y'all two. He had a sin of gossiping, so he couldn't wait to get to shore to talk about the other two preachers. So, see, y'all laughed. Y'all did laugh. That was great. So I just thank y'all for tonight. Thank you, Pastor David, for giving me the opportunity to speak. Thank you for my classmate that just came in, Miss Sheila. Thank y'all that God is doing work in me. Serious, he's really doing work in me. And I'm a type of person that sometimes it's hard for me to get and read my message. I like trying to talk about it, then read it. But what may work for me may not work for you. But what may work for you may not work for me. So we all have different ways of bringing the words and different ways of having talent. So if you can, Chris, you can start that music. Anybody that needs prayer other than myself, the altar is open. And I sure hope that I did a great job to give you understanding of what's to come, because it's coming. I'm telling you right now, it's time for us Avengers to assemble ourselves together, because God's not worrying about what's going on in the world. Trust me. He's worrying about his people. What are y'all going to do about it? That's what I love about this. God didn't turn his back on us. We've been turning our back on him. Really, we've been turning our back on it. It's time for us to turn this thing around and get ourselves focused back on the Lord. So thank y'all tonight. Sorry if I was running a little bit late, David, but I had some things hiccup at the house, but I was trying to get here. I couldn't get that run off, but I just wanted y'all to understand that one piece of paper is fake and the other is real. Which God you going to serve? Because one God is fake, but one God is real. So that's what that whole analogy was about, counterfeit Christian. That's who I was. I'm not ashamed to tell y'all that. Because when you can come forward and be honest, not just with the people, but with God. Don't matter what y'all think, but with God, if you can start being honest with God, God will turn your life around. Because there's nothing greater than him. The best thing that ever happened to me was Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, that's the best thing that ever happened to me. And I could see my mom and my dad over there just grinning and smiling. It's like he can't even wait till I get to the house. Because once I get to the house, we don't talk about things we used to do. We talk about the Lord. And it's like a challenge to him, man. Yes, it is. It's like a challenge to the point where I have to go back and show myself approval. I have to study. That's one thing I forgot. God's people are perishing for the lack of knowledge. We're perishing. We are. It's time for us to, I ain't got nothing against anybody. Facebook, okay? Everybody got Facebook. That's great. I don't. But how many people are putting their face in the book? If you're spending more time on Facebook and not putting your face in the book, I don't need that. I'm not saying you don't need it, but I don't need it. And I've realized that's where I need to be. Thank God I don't have it. Some other things I don't have. I'm like, Pastor, sometimes we look at that phone and stuff pops up and you're like, okay. But that's one thing I don't do. Everybody say, "True, you got Facebook?" I said, no. Because people air their laundry on Facebook to get your opinion when they felt like they've been dealt wrong. I don't need to do that. Let's get on our knees and air our laundry to the altar. Yesterday, there's something you can't alter what happened yesterday. But today, you can carry that to the altar. You can carry it to the altar. Yesterday, you can't alter. But today, you can carry it to the altar. So thank you, Pastor. Okay, Chris.
If you got a God-sized problem, he can solve them. There's just some problems only God can.